Alright, welcome back to a video. As you see on the thumbnail, we talk about one-on-one versus group, right? So this one's more based off when you're providing services, or your primary is your business providing service, right? Especially in the brick and mortars, you have where you have like, for example, like base as a membership base. On the top of it, you provide extra services, and sometimes you might be questioning, does there any have between the two the best or worst between the two, or let's just get to it. So that way that we can all figure out this together. Well, technically speaking, I kind of have an idea for this, just kind of go through with you together, so that way that you have better understanding. So yeah, so first of all, for one-on-one, right, it's just one-on-one persons, right? But if you just in the beginning stage of starting, and you're the one who's running the whole business, business studios and stuff, one-on-one totally works, and then you actually get more experience, you learn a different customer, different style, right? So that's just one thing, because you are directly focused on that one person, right? So your angle just going to be just on one person, right? Now, one with the group, right? You have many people with different goals, but they have all one thing, the similar goals. That's the one thing, because they have different type of perspective for different type of bigger goals, but their similar goal is all want to, for example, get into shape, right? Doesn't matter, someone want to lose weight, someone want to get fit. So your teaching methods had to be make sure it covers all things in the whole bubble, right? So kind of board out a little bit in the whole bubble here. So one-on-one is that. So one thing that's going to be what's more cool is with one-on-one, you can, once you get to the point where you are packed with a lot of capacity, so that's maxed out, you can raise the price. That's one way to do it. That way that you have more of a niche down the customer that best fit for your business and your style. Other thing is you can upgrade what type of service you offer. If you can, teach them that. Doesn't matter, dieting, mindset coaching, whatever you can add on to that, to the whole packaging. And of course, if you have a big personal brand, then you can also add on to, more of a extra like supplements, if you have sponsorship like that, whatever, just get more about that personal branding stuff. And with this, you can also do the same, but with pricing be a little bit different, right? Because you could eventually level up to this, to the point where you have, let's say, you went from like every day have 10 class, right? And each session, say you max out, right, 10 or 12 session, whatever, it's 45 minutes or 35 minutes, whatever session time you're lifting, that fit in the working hour you have. And then you can group by, because this two person has similar goals, similar age, similar focus. You can put them into a small group, whatever. This is just a different mix, right? Now, the good thing about it is, with this, chances are you get more people sign up, because most of the time when we see groups, more common space, it's more affordable pricing versus one-on-one. Because, for example, if you were charging, let's say, one session here, you're charging, just an example, like $200. Some okay, depends on the level. I'm just trying to keep it a random number, right? Some people say, oh, that's ridiculous, but just different number in different cities, right? So $200 for like 1.5 hour session, just an example, right? With this group, right, for this 1.5 hour session, maybe charging, example, okay, I know I draw like 8 people here, but just example, like you're charging like $350, but for in total it's $350, which means they split up whatever pricing, right? You can run the math, but just example. So now the reason I have this video is really try to give you an idea of like how do you expand your service level, so that way that you can maximize the growth, I guess, for your business. So with one-on-one, your best thing is you are the person that teaching something that is especially unique, right? Your coaching style is unique. Can that be replaceable? Chances are yes, but you had to be really dialed down to, when you get that person on board, eventually you're growing, you still gonna be the main character, right? So you're gonna be the main character. That's you right here. Well, with one too many people, most of the time, because you are getting the whatever goal they try to get, that have similar just to get to the level, right? So the difference are you are playing the consistent game with them, because you try to get them to more committed, more accountable abilities. This one, because they the pay's more high, because they just want you to work with them, right? So they pay higher pricing, so they are more result driven, right? So now the best way to say it this way, right? So this one most of the time are short term. Result driven. With this are more for long term. The people are expecting long term result driven. So what I mean for the long term, because in the more realistic speaking, right, people body try to lose weight or try to get in shape, it takes time. That is correct. But just the method, right? when someone pays you higher pricing, you adding more stuff that's more valuable for your knowledge to get in there, you come to get in there. Whereas people are grouping together with other people still paying costs for the far more cheaper costs. They're more of doing more of just accountability for longer term time. It doesn't mean that this person who's doing one-on-one is not doing, the more longer term time. It's just the fact that they're expecting for a higher value of services from you one-on-one most of the time. So they want to get more connected with you, and you're the person around that. With this, eventually the fact that when you coach many people, you can hire someone who has similar knowledge that you expecting they can, once you train them to get those people there. So that's the two different between two. Like I said, this one, you just have more, because you're not expecting more higher people to sign up. You have mediocre sized people sign up but pay for a higher price because they're expecting more delivery, more service from this. With this, you're expecting more people and having just still great services, but it's more expecting for a long term of a commitments, right? So this one's just a short term commitment, I guess you can say. Sure. Now, that's where it is, since we've been through this whole thing together already in this video, kind of to pick what's best for this. So the best way to do it is, if you have a brick-and-mortar space that offers service that has enough space, you can test both to see what works best. It's totally up to you, right? If you're coming from a person that, start from helping someone from the beginning, always what you do is you just want to open the spots, open the space. Sorry my speaking, so open the space. Yeah, totally makes sense. You can do this, right? Then you play more of the recurrent long-term game. With this, you're doing more of a service game. So you have, maybe less expense in terms of, if you're rental, getting a space, whatever. So you're going to be spending more hours on this. With this, you're playing a game of, hard training people, how to get this, how to get front end, back end people to always on board, to get people customer happy, all that. So not saying one's another better, because sometimes I've seen coaches are doing this, are making a crap ton of money from doing just online, went from in person to online, right? Or even just in person, because because all customers that work with them choose because of that person. You're so good because of the brand, right? This was one where people still recognize you, who you are when you first started, but once you grow, people remember the business brand itself. So that's pretty much this video. Like I said, one short-term, result-driven focus, this type of business model, if you go for one path. And then questions are, can you do both together? Yes, you absolutely can. It just depends on the space, right? Like I said, but chances are, it's very, I don't see that happen pretty common where having both run successfully, because the chances are to really, the quality will be pretty average, because people, this group of people, for example, like say, you're in a huge space, right? And you're the main superstar who's coaching this, I guess, the VIP session with this client, right? Because you're the main character right here, right? And then with this coach that you train with, high, whatever, they're coaching all these people here. Sure, it won't work eventually, but their expectation will eventually looking at you be like, okay, yes, I'm not paying this higher pricings, but I'm expecting this person that you hire to do a certain service. So there's going to be a little bit of ups and downs right there. But like I said, those are not working. You just got to figure out a way to, to see what works best for you. Either, like I said, with one-on-one, you can raise price once you reach the full capacity, because you only got so much time, right? 160 hours a week, 24 hours a day. So you still got to sleep and eat. You're a human. You might have to go work out too, right? And at the same time, you're really fighting the pressure, but still loving fitness. You're training other people for fitness, because all your life runs on fitness, right? Or whatever service you're offering. So then you can offer more services that's more remotely, dieting, whatever XYZ. Then you can start doing, if you have more bigger personal brand building up, you can offer the supplements, you get commission from that, affiliate, and then like I said, you're expanding for short term, so the recycling be short term. And then with this one, it's more long term, so you may expecting that you have enough space, or if you do online, but not really common, because people want to get in person, more energy, gathering together to get to their goal together. So you're expecting to always have this one person that you eventually scale. You can hire them, train them if they have to be able to provide a quality service that you expect to do. So that's the expectation right there. So yeah, that's the two. Hopefully this one's not too confusing somewhat. I'll definitely will make a breakdown in the future, but yeah, that's pretty much. Like I said, if you have a business, especially in the brick and mortar, and then, you're my favorite of the health and wellness, I highly recommend checking us out. Rizzo Excel, founder of Kevin, and then please click the link below if you have questions. I will feel free to give you a free audit call. So yeah, make sure to check down below the link in the description, and thank you for watching. See you next one.